Welcome to Sparky's Sharing Day, where Perry Ross introduces us to Sparky and the joy of sharing. Join us on this delightful journey. All stories by Perry Ross include morals and values for character development through listening and reading. If you would like to read the story while listening and watching, then turn on the subtitles. No part of this publication may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form or by any means, including photocopying, recording, or other electronic or mechanical methods without the prior written permission of the publisher, except in the case of brief quotations embodied in critical reviews and certain other non-commercial uses permitted by copyright law. Sparky the squirrel raced through sunny whisper woods, his green scarf fluttering as he dashed between tall oak trees. His eyes grew wide when he spotted a huge pile of shiny acorns resting under a branch. The warm sunlight made them glimmer like tiny treasures. Not far away, Bella the bunny hopped along in her bright orange dress, carrying a bundle of fresh carrots for lunch. Up above, Oliver Owl perched on a sturdy branch. His blue glasses caught the light as he watched the scene unfold, curious about what Sparky might do next. Bella waved from nearby and called, "Hello, Sparky. What did you find?" Her voice was cheerful and friendly. Oliver Owl tilted his head, the sunlight flashing off his blue glasses. He wanted to know what had captured Sparky's attention so completely in the middle of the forest clearing. The acorns lay in a golden heap, smelling fresh and nutty. Sparky grinned and stepped closer. "They're mine," he said quickly, wrapping his arms around the pile. His tail flicked with pride at his discovery. Bella's nose twitched, and she smiled gently, though she did not move toward the acorns. Oliver Owl blinked slowly from his branch, his feathers rustling in the breeze. The woods seemed to watch and listen as Sparky guarded his treasure. Bella set her carrots down on a flat rock and said, "I brought enough to share." Her voice was warm and her smile was inviting. Sparky remembered a time he had eaten alone in his tree, nibbling without anyone to talk to. Even so, the idea of keeping all the acorns seemed too good to give up now. The warm breeze carried the scent of crisp leaves, and Sparky held his pile a little tighter. Oliver Owl swooped lower, wings spreading wide before he landed beside them. His feathers ruffled as he settled into place. "Big finds can be shared," he said, looking straight at Sparky. Sparky crossed his arms and shook his head. He did not want to part with even one acorn. Bella watched quietly, her carrot still resting on the rock, wondering if Sparky would change his mind. The forest seemed to pause as Sparky stood guard over his pile, tail flicking back and forth. He kept his eyes on the acorns, ready to protect them. Bella began slicing carrots with a small wooden knife. She invited Oliver Owl to join her snack, and they sat together on the moss. Sparky turned away, pretending not to watch them eat, though his ears listened to their quiet laughter. A chipmunk family wandered past, their small paws pattering on the moss. They waved at Bella and Oliver Owl, but their smiles faded when Sparky did not greet them. The sunlight dimmed as a drifting cloud passed overhead. Sparky felt a small pinch in his chest, though he did not understand why. He tightened his hold on the acorns and stayed still. Bella offered carrots to the chipmunks, who laughed and thanked her before nibbling happily. Their cheerful voices filled the clearing. Sparky glanced at the acorns in his pile. In his mind, they bounced like playful friends, tumbling in the sun. He sighed but kept silent, unsure if he wanted to join in. The warm scent of carrots drifted toward him. Oliver Owl adjusted his blue glasses and spoke calmly. "Adventure is sweeter with friends," he said. His voice carried through the quiet trees. Sparky frowned and looked at the ground. He did not. understand why sharing felt so hard. The woods whispered softly around them, leaves shifting and branches swaying as if they were listening to the moment. A breeze shook the branches above, sending a few acorns rolling from Sparky's pile. One stopped near Bella's paw. She picked it up and tossed it gently back toward him, smiling. Sparky muttered, "Thanks," without looking up. His paws tightened around the remaining acorns, but a small warmth stirred in his chest at her kindness. The chipmunks began a small game, rolling acorns in circles on the moss. Their giggles rose like songbirds in the morning. Sparky watched from the edge of his pile, curious despite himself. His tail twitched toward the acorns, almost as if it wanted to join in. Still, he stayed where he was, listening to their laughter. Bella leaned closer to Sparky and said, "You could join them." Her smile was patient and kind. Sparky shook his head, clutching his acorns tighter against his chest. The game kept going, and Oliver Owl's eyes sparkled from his perch, as though he knew what might happen next. A squirrel friend called from a nearby stump. "Sparky, come play!" The voice was bright and eager. Sparky hesitated, glancing at Bella's carrots. The fresh smell made his stomach rumble. His paws loosened slightly around the acorns, though he still did not move toward the others. Bella broke a carrot in half and held it out. "Here, taste this," she said. Sparky took a bite. The sweet crunch filled his mouth, and warmth spread through him. Oliver Owl nodded from above, as if a small victory had been won in that moment. The chipmunks invited Sparky to roll acorns across a log. "It's fun," they said, their voices bright. Sparky looked at his pile, then at their happy faces. He felt torn between keeping his treasure and joining their game. His paws rested lightly on the acorns now. A bird flew past, scattering leaves across the clearing. One acorn bounced from the pile and rolled into Sparky's paws. He laughed and rolled it back to the chipmunks. They cheered, and the sound made him smile wider than he had all day. Bella clapped her paws and said, "See? Sharing brings smiles." Her voice was full of joy. Sparky felt a spark of happiness in his chest, as if something new had grown there. Oliver Owl chuckled softly, watching the change in his friend. Sparky began picking up acorns and handing them to friends. Each time he shared, his smile grew bigger. The pile became smaller, but the laughter around him grew louder. Sunshine returned to the clearing, brightening the moss and leaves as if the woods were celebrating too. Bella passed carrots to everyone, and Sparky passed acorns. Even Oliver Owl accepted a nut, smiling warmly as he tucked it under his wing. The feast was beginning, and the air filled with happy voices. Friends gathered closer, ready to enjoy the food together. They sat in a circle on the soft grass, trading snacks and stories. Sparky listened as Bella told about her morning adventure to find carrots. Oliver Owl shared a riddle that made everyone laugh. The circle felt warm and safe, filled with cheerful chatter. Acorns bounced gently as the chipmunks played nearby. Sparky joined them, chasing a nut that rolled down a hill. Bella giggled and ran after him, her orange dress fluttering in the breeze. Their laughter echoed through the trees. The hill led to a sunny glade covered in soft moss. Everyone followed, carrying carrots and acorns for the feast. Oliver Owl glided above, his wings casting gentle shadows, as he kept watch over his friends. In the glade, they made a big table from flat stones. Sparky placed acorns in neat rows, each one shining in the sun. Bella set carrots beside them, bright and crisp. Friends gathered close, eyes wide with excitement for the meal. Biting into the first acorn, Sparky grinned at Bella. "You were right," he said with a happy tone. Bella's eyes shone with delight. Oliver Owl raised his wings in cheer, proud of the moment they shared. Sparky felt proud of the feast they had made together. The bouncing acorns seemed to dance in the sunlight, celebrating with them. The woods echoed with happy voices, and Sparky's heart felt light and full of joy. Bella patted Sparky's shoulder and said, "Kindness grows hearts." Her words felt warm and true. Sparky nodded, feeling his heart grow stronger. Oliver Owl added, "And adventures grow friends," his voice deep and steady. As the feast ended, Sparky looked around at the smiling faces. He knew he would share again on the next adventure. The glade glowed in the soft light of the sunset, wrapping the friends in golden warmth. With the stars beginning to twinkle, Sparky, Bella, and Oliver Owl walked home together. Their paws and wings moved in steady rhythm. The woods whispered softly, carrying their laughter through the trees. Sparky felt happy knowing kindness had made the day bright and full.